But when I was back there recently doing the same sort of presentation there, I started off by saying thank you to that church group because I wouldn't be who I am today without them sending me to camp. And so in 1943, the American Baptist churches decided that, and Nebraska decided that they needed a place to go where they could gather for retreats and fellowship and discipleship and spiritual growth. And this is during a time of rationing. There wasn't a lot of money around. God provided. God provided a piece of land near Fullerton, Nebraska, where the camp started. And it was just an amazing thing that God could provide that in such a time where there wasn't anything, any money, extra money. And that's amazing. In 1972, the churches decided again that that piece of land wasn't really working anymore. We needed something different. And in 72, this was another time where there wasn't a lot of money around. And God provided again. He blessed us again with another campgrounds that's over 560 acres, where the camp now resides near Linwood, Nebraska. It's still, the original intent is there. It's still a place of retreat, fellowship, and discipleship, spiritual growth. And it's just amazing how God blesses us like that. Amen. When many people think about Moses Merrill Camp Conference Center, they think about Camp Merrill, thinking about summer camp. And that's 100% true. That's what we do. But we do so much more than that. There's so much more to do there. We have an RV loop that you can come out and just stay with your RV for a nice quiet weekend. We call it Peaceful Valley because it's just a quiet place to reflect on God. We are capable of housing over 100 people in our conference center and lodge room. And we provide programming and space for people just to come out. It is so much fun to go out and ride that zip line. And you can't say that you're too old to ride the zip line. We've had an 80-year-old gentleman ride that zip line before. So you get out there and ride that zip line. It has two lengths. You ride down one way, you ride back the other way, and it's super fun. And the swimming pool is lots of fun. It's wet and fun. People get splashed and dunked. It's great. Archery has been added this past year. Added back because they used to have it, and it kind of phased out, and now we brought it back again. The kids have lots of fun getting out there, shooting those bow and arrows and learning how to do it right. Horse rides are just an amazing time to get out and see the camp in a way that you can't see it in any other way like that. You get to go out on the back trails with the horses and really get to see things you can see without walking a really long ways to see. Wagon rides are a fun time because you get to see that tractor pull you places you didn't think you could get. You didn't think that tractor could get you there, but it can. And when I say that the ride is bumpy, I mean it is bumpy. Take the bumpiest ride you've ever been and take that times 10, and that's what the wagon ride's like. But it is so much fun, and you get to go places that are just amazing to see. And of course the focus is always on God. Focus always comes back to God. We have the kids go out and be in small groups where they can ask questions that relate to the material we're talking about in a more personal level, how that affects them personally. Worship time is very important to kids and to everybody. It's just in a time that just becomes very, very important. And Ephesians 5:19 says, "Speak to each other with psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. Sing and make music in your heart to the Lord." It's just a very important spiritual time, spirit-filled time worship is at camp. Quiet devotion time is just an amazing time where kids get to go out and really be by themselves for a little bit. Really feel God's glory at camp and just do it in silence or praying or reading a little bit. And it's just a really great time to really reflect on what God's calling you to do. We always bring in a few inspirational speakers to come in and talk to kids about their life and how their life was affected by God. And kids get motivated by that. And it's just a really great aspect of camp. Campfire. Campfire is probably the most iconic moment of camp. More lives are changed at campfire than any other point at camp. So many lives come to Christ during that moment that it's just amazing how the Spirit comes down and just fills those moments. If you haven't gotten to experience that moment at a campfire, it's amazing. So I have to warn you that if you're getting in front of the Camp Merrill camera, you never know when you're going to be featured. So what can I do at camp? Well, what camp can I go to? It's just an exciting time. I'll tell you all about the camps you can go to. Music and drama camp is just an amazing time for kids to get out and feature their talents. To get out there and show their musical and acting talents. They have so much fun at music drama camp. it's hardly should be allowed. It's how much fun they have. Horse care camp is a great opportunity for those kids who really enjoy the horses. They get to ride horses at least twice a day, and I say that they usually actually eat out with the horses probably 3, 4, 5 times a day. But they're going on at least 2 trail rides a day, getting out there, learning to take care of horses, and learning how that all reflects on their relationship with God. Primary camps are a good time where kids get an opportunity to go to camp for a weekend with their parents, so that they get a chance to feel what camp's going to be like when they have to go all on their own and going into 4th grade. So they get that opportunity to kind of get the feel for camp before they have to go by themselves. Junior camps are an amazingly fun time. And I'm a little biased because that's the ones that I used to coordinate. And they're just so much fun. Those kids have so much fun, and they get wild and crazy. And we run them and run them and run them and get them so tired, but so that by the time that you take them home on Friday, they can't hardly stay awake to tell you about the week. It's so much fun. Those kids have so much fun. Mid-high camp is a great time where kids start to go deeper about God. Start to ask harder questions about who God is, and if they haven't had an opportunity, if they have not yet found Christ, that usually happens at mid-high camp. If they haven't already in junior high camp, they're really pushed towards that in mid-high camp, and to ask hard questions. Senior high camp is a great time that we get involved in kids' lives who they're at this point in their life where they're making decisions which are going to affect the rest of their life. So we try to help them make those decisions in a godly manner. And it's just an amazing time. Those kids have lots of fun too. Probably more fun than they should be allowed to. We have 2 new camps coming up this year. We have our new bike camp that Pastor Harry Riggs out of Lincoln First is going to run. And if you've ever been out there when Harry's out there, he always brings his mountain bike with him. And we all think he's just crazy because he bikes everywhere. And he bikes the trails, and he thinks it's an amazing time. So we said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get you out here, let's get you with some kids, and we'll have a bike camp. And I think it's going to be an amazing time. The kids are going to get an opportunity to see the camp in a way they've never really gotten to. So that's going to be lots of fun. And of course, Wilderness Camp is coming back again, and it's going to be a 3-day camp where kids get to go out and just really rough it. Rather than being in the nice air conditioning and maybe that's not your style, so you come out and you go to Wilderness Camp and you sleep under the stars or you sleep in a tent. It's going to be lots of fun. And I have to talk a little bit about the AV Women's and AV Men's event. The AV Women, when they come out, they have more fun than all probably the camps put together. Those women have so much fun. In these pictures, they're doing a hoedown. They're having a hoedown. They just get crazy and they're having a really good time. So if you haven't been to an AV Women's event, definitely get out there. And of course, the AV Men, any excuse to get a chainsaw out. Any excuse they can get a chainsaw out and get out there and chop some trees down. We get them out there and they do a lot of good work for us. And in between that, they get some deep spiritual conversations going, and speakers come in and talk to them, and they just have lots of fun too. Coming up very soon, the Spring Youth Retreat in March. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be an opportunity for kids to get out there at camp at a little bit different time and just have lots and lots of fun. New this year is the Moses Merrill Mother-Daughter Horse Retreat. It's coming up in April. If you haven't seen anything about it yet, definitely check it out. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. They're going to go out and ride lots of times. We're bringing in a speaker to talk about your life and how that relates to horses, and we're going to learn a little bit how to take care of horses at the same time. There's our summer camp schedule, and it's going to be on the table downstairs as well, so feel free to grab that. This year our theme is Get Real, finding your true self in Jesus. And on the very first day, we're going to challenge kids to really look at who is Jesus. Who do you say I am? Is what Jesus says to us. And really challenge them to answer that question. Not answer it with, who does my pastor say Jesus is? Who do my parents say Jesus is? But who do you say Jesus is? And that's that first day where we're really going to challenge it, and it all relates, the whole week relates back to that idea of finding who you are in Jesus, defining your role and what your Christian role is through Jesus. Online registration is open. It's been open since January, so go register soon. We've got a promotion going on right now that every 50th registration, I'm going to pack up a t-shirt and send it to you. It's a special, exclusive t-shirt, exclusive Camp Moses Merrill t-shirt. So every 50th registration gets one, so start registering now. I'm going to talk a little bit about the 2300 team. If you don't know what the 2300 team is, it was invented in 2010 at the Region Convention. And what it is a way to help the general expenses of camp. It's not a building project. It's not a special fund to buy special things. It's to pay the light bill. It's to pay for the propane. It's how we keep our lights on. 2300 team is called that because NMCCC in Roman numerals is 2,300. So our goal is to get 230 given units of $23 a month. And $23 a month is a suggested amount. If you want to give $1 a month, we'll welcome you to the 2300 team. If you want to give $5 a month, that's great too. If you want to give $100 every other month or $200 twice a year, that's great. We will welcome you to the 2300 team. It's just a way for you to give and be a part of something that helps support the camp and keep the lights on. So why should we send a kid to camp, or why should we join the 2300 team? Why support Camp Merrill at all? Well, it's your camp. Moses Merrill Camp Conference Center is a ministry of the American Baptist Churches of Nebraska. Make the most of every opportunity, Ephesians 5:16 says. It's your camp. It's your opportunity to be involved in that ministry. More importantly than that, in summer camp 2013, 73 campers continued or strengthened their relationship. 17 campers recommitted their life to Christ. 4 campers felt a full-time call to ministry, and 21 campers made a first-time commitment to Christ. Do you need any other reason than that to send a kid to camp? Give the gift of Christ to a kid. I received it when I was a kid, and it's changed my life forever. I've made a first-time commitment, and it's a blessing to be a part of that. I challenge every church in the state of, every AV church in the state of Nebraska to send 2 kids at each age level to camp this summer. So that will be 2 kids in the junior camp age level, 2 kids at the middle school age level, and 2 kids at the high school age level. If every church, AV church in Nebraska did that, the camp would have more kids than we could handle. We would have to start having more camps, more weeks of camp in order to accommodate the numbers. Girls' getaway weekend, scrapbooking, quilting, whatever you want to do there. Then the mother-daughter horse retreat I talked a little bit about on the 11th through the 12th of April. And 21st through the 24th is a pastor's renewal in April. And then April 28th through May 3rd is our Moses Merrill Camp Conference Mission Work Week. This is an opportunity for you to come out and help us build something new. We want to put up a new team building challenge course. Things like a trust fall and just like little things like that that are going to be good for building relationships with each other. And so it's going to be lots of fun. That day is going to be lots of games, activities for groups to do together. So the idea is to get churches to compete with each other on the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Get a group from Tekamah to go against a group from Lincoln. And whoever wins gets to say, we're the winners of the 3-on-3 Moses Merrill tournament. We beat you guys this year. We're going to cap the day off. We're going to play a foosball tournament. We're going to have some ping pong going on. We're going to have, we're going to play a game of capture the flag. So, then on May 6th to the 8th, that weekend, that first weekend in June, is the AV Women's and Girls Conference. Make sure you get out to that if you have an opportunity to, because it is lots and lots of fun. And that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, please feel free to corner me. And after the service today, I'll be happy to answer and talk your ear off about camp, because I love it. And I'll tell you everything you ever want to know about it. Thank you very much.